What's up, everybody? Welcome to Super Trash TV. I'm so excited for this iteration of One Up. I'm your host and quizmaster, Jacob Rubin. This is normally a video game specific trivia competition, but we're changing it up. We're moving to the other side of the arcade, the cooler and louder side of the arcade. This is the pinball episode. All of these questions, 15 questions, all pertaining to the party table. The one that The Who wrote one of their best songs about. The one that you can't really hack. I mean, I guess you could hack. Anyway, no kill screens in this one. We are getting into the old school. It used to be illegal for gambling purposes. Wikipedia has a lot to say about that. But for now, let's get into our contestants for this evening. Ever since they both were young boys, they played that silver ball from Northern California to slightly less Northern California. They must have played most of them. But you ain't seen nothing like them at any amusement hall. These two boys have full use of their ears, eyes, and mouths. And they sure play mean pinball. Let's go to our first contestant. He has been on the show before. You might remember him for coming to an incredibly climactic tie in the Sonic the Hedgehog episode. Our first returning guests coming at you from the South Bay. Make some noise for Derek Lipkin, everybody.
Yeah! Pinball, baby, pinball!
Welcome to the show, Derek.
I'm so excited to be here again. Oh my gosh.
So, before the stream started, you were talking about a pinball machine that you own.
I do.
That I had never heard of this machine. Could you please tell us about this
Yes,
machine?
It is a Williams machine. Williams, of course, being one of the great pinball manufacturers in history. It's called Stellar Wars. So it came out in 1979. Definitely was not trying to trot on anybody else's intellectual property. Things that were popular at that time. But it's designed by Steve Ritchie.
Oh, I just got it.
And I picked it up on Craigslist for $600. It was so fun fact about it. Apparently, it was a gift to this seller's aunt from Johnny Carson when this person was associated or did something for the late night show. So anyway, that's a fun history connected to my particular machine.
That's amazing. All right. Well, let's go ahead to our contestant who not only owns more pinball machines, but they're all on stream. Based out of Patterson, California. Many of you may know him as Pong, the pissed off nerdy gamer, wrestling at the Accidental Phenomenon Hood Slam, which inspired a card game, which I created. Here's a copy. Folks, make some noise for Ryan Cowler.
Howdy. Hello, everyone.
Thank you so much for doing the show. This is an interesting situation. Okay, there's a bit of a delay. Okay, I'll be careful so I don't talk over you. My mistake. That's my fault. This is a very exciting episode because traditionally, One Up is a show where one person challenges another person. OJ challenged Jesse to The Office. Dan challenged Hiramari to Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and that went really bad. But this one, both of you guys came to separate conclusions that you wanted to do this very specific topic, and I'm really excited. We have no challenger, no champion. You're both coming at it from an equal level of excitement.
Excellent.
Could you please run through the 5 machines you have just on screen behind you?
Sure. I got Metallica Pro that is modded to the skills Stern Pinball. Next to that is Iron Maiden Pro modded. Next to the Iron Maiden is a Godzilla Premium, which just came out. Next to that is a Deadpool Pro.
Oh.
And then next to that is a World Cup Soccer 94, which as of right now is the oldest machine that I have. But it's the only John Papaduke game that I like, so I keep it around. And then in front of me I have a Monster Bash and a Medieval Madness that I've had 20, 30 or so machines. It's a sickness. It grows. That's
amazing. That's so cool. This is what I love about One Up. We bring up people who are so hardcore about these specific interests. So let's get into it. As you guys know, it's a 15-question quiz, but let's go over the format for our people who have never tuned in before. When you know the answer, you will PM it to Ben. After both players have submitted answers, they will be revealed one at a time. You may not change your answer if you've submitted it. There's no time limit. You guys have all this. I don't need to. Why do I always do this? I mainly do this because I always write a little joke at the end, and that joke is tilting will forfeit all bonuses and disqualify you from tournament play. Is that something you guys are comfortable with?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. As long as tilt doesn't end game, that's the real kiss of death.
Great. Please don't look at the chat because people will be playing along in the chat. throwing out their own answers. And also, I realize that we're using the internet to play, but please don't look up the answers on the internet. It's an honor system. I'm sure you guys will do great. Are we ready to get into it? The chat says hell yeah, and also a bunch of emojis of me, which I didn't know we had. That's great. Let's go right on into question number 1. What is the best-selling pinball machine of all time with over 20,000 units sold? All right, both people have put their answers in. Let's go to Derek first, because he looked like he was struggling the most.
It was because I was sort of between two. There's two. So the 90s, clearly like the heyday of pinball, or at least, many people feel that way. I think I tend to feel that way. And there's two machines that really stuck out to me. One was Medieval Madness, which is a classic of the genre. But the other one that is also very commonly seen all around town is Addams Family. And I feel like that one edged it out on sales, but gosh, as I say it, I'm like, maybe I was wrong. But anyway, yeah, Addams Family.
Addams Family's your guess. All right, solid. I've seen it in many pizza parlor. Let's go to Ryan. What did you submit?
Addams Family, closely followed by 8-Ball Deluxe LE and 8-Ball Deluxe for the top 3.
Wow, the same machine roughly is the 2 and 3 spot.
Yeah, so I mean, technically they're different machines, right? So 8-Ball Deluxe sold so well that they tried to repackage it as a limited edition machine and sold that. So you can see a 8-Ball Deluxe LE in Kingpin, the movie Kingpin.
Oh, nice.
It is.
That's the one that is in the alternate back box, right? With the scores in the lower portion. Yeah, that one, I kind of like that one. It's kind of dope.
It's a neat game. I mean, it sold well for a reason, right? I mean, that's the same with Addams Family. That's makes money, make more.
Well, the answer was not 8-Ball Deluxe, and it also was not Medieval Madness. It was, in fact, Addams Family. You guys both got that one right. Very nicely done. And it's such a simple gimmick, but when it does the theme song and the flippers go on the genius.
So good.
Hope over that one got a raise.
It's a great multi-ball staging too. Light show and the staging for multi-ball is really great in that game.
It's a classic. It's in I feel like every place you go that has like a decent pinball collection probably has an Addams Family.
So Ryan,
let's move on.
What you're saying is that you have a not decent pinball collection.
Hey, it used to be in mine. I switched it out. I've been collecting them since 2008. I can only keep so many for so long. They take up a lot of space.
I mean, you don't need one in your house because there's guaranteed one within like half a mile from you, from everywhere.
Exactly, right? I keep the ones here that I can't play anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere else.
Right.
Just keep these ones next to me.
Let's move on to question number 2. What do the pinball machines based on the films The Shadow, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and the Indiana Jones trilogy all have in common? Oh, is the sound cut out? I can't. Oh, is that me? Is that my fault?
No, sorry.
What happened?
The static electricity
What
in
happened?
my home.
Spoon.
Ben, I can't.
We can't hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear. I can hear Derek.
Hold on. They can hear me. You can't hear me. Hold on.
He keeps doing the logo of the show. Like, what is that?
Yeah, that's okay. That's the music. Okay, everyone's in. Great. let's go to Ryan first. What was your answer for this one?
I mean, it's a shit answer, but I mean, they're all movie licenses. I couldn't think of another through line thread for them. I was racking my brain. I mean, yeah, I don't know. They're all movie licenses, which is a stupid fucking answer, but that's what I got.
That is accurate and fairly broad. I will say that the answer to this question pertains to other machines as well. That's not, if that helps, but I guess your answer does too. Let's go to Derek. What did you put for this one?
You know, Ryan and I can tell we have a kinship because I also said that they're all based on movies. Because I was like, I'm thinking about them. I'm like, oh, maybe they're all Williams machines, but like, I don't think they had the same designer. So,
well, and they're not Williams. Oh no, well, yeah, Pinball Adventure is Williams. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Stern one. That's not Pinball Adventure.
But yeah,
and it's not that they all have sequels, right? Because the Shadow never had a follow-up pin. But I mean, there's Terminator 3, and but I mean, Tim Curry's been in a lot of pinball machines, but he didn't do call-outs on any of those ones, so that's not there's no Congo line on that one.
I think you guys are going to be a little frustrated when I tell you the answer. They all have gun launchers.
Oh!
Son of a bitch. Goddamn
That's
son of a bitch.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's our
nice
when I was a kid, I never liked the gun launchers because I liked having that control. What's your take, you guys?
I agree. The one caveat to that is Demolition Man, because I always thought it was badass that it has two of them. Demolition Machine you can control the flippers with two gun triggers. And as a kid walking up to that, it always felt badass to fucking manhandle that machine with two triggers.
Is that the one that has points that go up to like 1 billion?
There's a few machines that points that go up to 1 billion, but Demolition Man's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, let me rephrase. The one that we used to play at the place that we ran a show in San Francisco.
Yes.
I'm basically asking Derek. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yes, that one was there. Yeah, and I agree. Totally classic. And it also benefit to using the gun triggers was that you got an extra million per combo in bonus. So for a player like me, where actually that was maybe going to be determinative if I get first or second, I actually did often use those, even though a lot of the pro players would avoid using the gun triggers because they preferred having the more traditional control of the game. But yeah,
there's a disconnect with the gun triggers on that. It's definitely more challenging, but it's worth it, man. That's the only way I played Demolition Man.
Yeah,
heresy otherwise.
Hey Derek, shout out to Pizza in the chat. Wants to let you know that they are 2 for 2.
Yeah, Calvin's 2 for 2.
Shout out to Pizza. Gosh dang it.
Although he spelled Adams with only 1 D, which I feel like shouldn't count.
Cut it. That's 1 for 2. It's
not about the second president, Calvin.
Dunzo.
Also, just one point of order. All of the launchers that we're looking at right now are not guns. One of them is a fishing rod. So
it's fishtails.
And only one of them is actually Terminator 2. The other one's Jurassic Park. I forget what the other one is, but
yes.
Other gun launcher.
Yeah.
I could have said Jurassic Park. Would it have helped?
No, because that's also a movie.
No. Yeah, they're all movie licenses.
Let's move on to question number 3, which let's do this one. I really like this one. What super hit media franchise has had 2 best-selling pinball machines, with the first coming out in 1990 and the second being released in 2003? All right. Let's go to Derek. I think Derek looked more perplexed on this one first.
It was sort of like I was in the mode of, am I overthinking this? Because there's at least one that popped out immediately. In fact, it was discussed in the prior slide. So that's why, and I was like, you know what? Don't overthink it. Let's go for it. So I said Terminator, because Terminator did have the 90s pin, the Terminator 2, and then Terminator 3 came out and was also a great machine. But the one thing I was shaky on was Terminator 2 in 1990 and not some other year. So anyway, Terminator is what I'm saying.
I believe that the film Terminator 2 came out in 1992.
And the pinball machine was 91.
Yeah. Okay, so clearly, Ryan, you have a different answer. Let's hear what you said.
I do, but I was still anguished at it because the 1990 trips me up. I mean, and even I put Star Wars because they had Star Wars, the Data East, which was a really good game. And then I don't know when Star Wars Trilogy came out, but I know it was within the No Man's Land kind of period where there is the dip.
Okay.
So I stuck with Star Wars.
Okay. Maybe I should have clarified and said exactly 2, because I believe Star Wars had more than 2.
Correct. But they weren't. I mean, I don't know whether the Stern one would be considered the. I don't know if the data on that is there for a best selling. So that's why I went with the other 2.
Well, the answer I was looking for was The Simpsons.
Oh,
son of a bitch! Simpsons Pinball Party.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. In fact, when we started, before you said that with the World Cup machine behind, I thought that was Simpsons Pinball Party, and I was like,
OJ's on the board.
I probably still wouldn't have got it. Erase that first Simpsons pin from my mind. It's just like the first TMNT pin. It's fucking god awful, and
terrible.
I just erase it. Same with the Mario pin.
I was going to say,
shitty, man.
Was it well selling, or was it just part of a major license? Because I was like, that game is bad.
Which one? The
Simpsons, the original, the Stern.
The original, yeah. I don't know if that was. I know Pinball Party did gangbusters. That's a
It's a
that
great,
one's still evergreen.
It has a little extra board where you're in the living room up there. I love that part.
So good.
Yeah, you go into the garage. You got the monorail. It's fantastic.
Well, still a valiant effort, and you guys mentioned 2 great franchises, but unfortunately, no one managed to get a point for The Simpsons. However, OJ in the chat did get that point. Well, very well done.
Very good. Just one further point of order, though. One fun fact about Terminator 2 was that it actually did come out before the movie, which was actually an issue because they couldn't disclose anything about the plot. And so there's only one reference to what is it? The guy, like the liquid metal guy, and it's during it's only during I think it's either the extra ball sequence or the extra
ball.
Yeah, where you'll see him getting shot and then reforming. But that's the only thing where they ever showed that character, and people would have been like, "Who's that?"
All right. Well, we're still cooking along here. There's still quite a bit of game left. I bet you guys will get on the board with this next one because it concerns a machine that Ryan has off camera. What film and television star lent her voice to the Williams machine Medieval Madness? So just because I'm certain Ryan got this one, let's go to Derek first.
Yes, well, you could be certain that I got it as well, unless there's some other television star thinking of, but it is the one and only Tina Fey.
Ryan, do you concur?
Tina Fey. Scott Adsit also did voices on it too. There was a lot of Second City people.
Yes,
because they were right down the street from Williams, so it was easy.
That is exactly correct. I even threw in a little Scott Adsit picture next to Tina Fey. And also Kevin Dorff, who was a longtime writer and performer on Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
There you go. Yeah, and also I think Scott Adsit also did some writing for Champion Pub, which is another very fun game. Yeah.
Oh wow, wild. Okay.
The Chicago connections, man.
Yes, very nicely done. You guys both on the board for that one. One person in the chat said 30 Rock Lady. I'll take it. So shout out to Pizza.
Checks out.
Let's move on to question number 5. Speaking of, you mentioned Star Wars earlier. What was the name of the hardware and software platform that used interactive video display as seen on machines such as Revenge from Mars and Star Wars Episode 1? Is that okay? Let's go to Ryan first.
Pinball 2000 or P2K.
Oh, I haven't heard the P2K abbreviation. And I guess I just gave away the answer. But Derek, this is because you were here too.
Same. Bally, Pin 2000.
That is correct. Pinball 2000. The big swing that ended the company, sort of?
Pretty much. I mean, it was already circling the drain, but that was kind of like the last Hail Mary. And I really like Revenge from Mars. I still dig that because you get to be robot Abraham Lincoln, and you get to punch aliens as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, right. That part's cool as hell.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
It's
a neat idea, right?
There was like a third design too that was like never created, but that it is sort of its spiritual successor sort of did come to life when Jersey Jack Pinball made Dialed In, and it uses sort of a playfield that looks very similar to the third Pinball 2000
Wizard blocks.
Yeah. So it's very fun in a certain sense. Pinball 2000 lived on.
Dialed In goes
That's
right
cool.
to hell. That's an awful game that needs to die.
I am not a fan of Dialed In. I will be the first person to crucify myself on this. Pat Lawler games, I'm not a big fan of. The playfields are too much shit on them. I don't like it's Trudeau games do that too. There's just too much shit on the playfield. Clear it up, Pat. You're not impressing anybody, dude. Fucking clean it up.
Like the tidy playfield this man.
You can't just keep playing the applause break.
No, he can't. No, keep it rolling. Pat Lawler, dude. Who cares if you made Addams Family? Even his broken clock is right twice a day.
Something that I actually wanted to bring up earlier. You brought up the Mario machine. Are you referring to one that's like weirdly small?
There's another one that's normal sized. It's just the playfield is so barren. Because they did have a smaller one that was like, what you like get gumballs or some shit from it. It had a redemption gimmick to it.
It might have been tickets. Because I remember that.
Yes, it is. It's a ticket machine. Yeah. But they have a normal sized one that's like on par with Simpsons and TMNT as far as like, let's just shove this fucking theme out. And there's another video game theme that would have been great because it's on a good machine, but I don't know if it'll be a question, so I'll see. I don't know.
Ryan,
so stunned.
Very wise of you.
Oh yeah, let's hold off on one because maybe. Let's move on to question number 6. This is a visual question. This ventriloquist head appears on what machine?
Fun fact, I've played this machine.
But do you remember its name?
That is a fun fact.
That's a super fun fact. In fact, I'll ask after I ask the two of you. I'll see if after I ask the two of you, I'll see if Ben knows it before I reveal the answer. Ryan, would you prefer this one?
Funhouse. It's Rudy. Funhouse.
All right, Derek.
That is absolutely correct. Funhouse.
Yep. Sorry, Ben. What were you gonna say?
Weird. I was gonna say Funhouse.
Why did I go to you last? There's no way to know if you. God damn it.
Also, they send me their answers, so I can just pick one of theirs.
I really biffed that one. All right.
Ben, you should have said.
Yeah. You all remember the dummy? Yes, Funhouse, and they made a sequel to this game, if I'm not mistaken.
Red and Ted Roadshow has the ventriloquist head gimmick on it. Also, there's 2 of them on it, but I don't know about a strict sequel.
Well, there's.
Okay.
So I think you're probably thinking of that one, Jacob. But there actually is now like a mod that somebody released that is. Basically, if you have a Funhouse, you can install this custom ROM on, and it is like a sequel game. And it has some. It came out fairly recently. It's something like Rudy's Nightmare. And yeah, so it actually that kind of does function as a sequel.
That's because when I was trying to find the box for this slide, I was like, that's not. There were like 5 similar dummies, 5 Rudies, and I was like, that's not the one I remember. That must be some new one. So
that one has a hard hat on. What is this?
All right, let's go into the question number 7. The Lord of the Rings machine from 2003 featured 4 different multi-ball modes. 3 of them are themed after each movie in the series, but what is the theme of the 4th multi-ball mode? All right. Before we get into the answers, I want to say shout out to Pizza. Also got Funhouse correct, saying it was at the Myriad, which and we have a guess of Five Nights at Freddy's and Slappy from Goosebumps. Incorrect. Let's go to Derek first for your Lord of the Rings answer. What'd you put?
So this one was tough because, yeah, you're right. The 3 main multi-ball modes are the movies. And I guess, I just couldn't think. This is a game that I routinely play poorly. But I was trying to think of what else could be a multi-ball. And I'm guessing it's the wizard mode. So I said Valinor.
Okay. Let's go to Ryan for his answer.
Yeah, I messed up I said to there and back again because I think I was thinking of Valinor, but I put to there and back again. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't have 3 hours of my life to play all the way through Lord of the Rings. That game is a fucking journey. Talk about Frodo going to fucking Mordor. That's what you have to do on that goddamn game. Fucking Peter Jackson must have produced that piece of shit. I mean, not piece of shit. It's a fantastic game. I'm just fucking ribbing it.
The pinball machine is as long as the fucking movie?
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, dude. It's a slog. You have to fucking chop wood on that goddamn game. Fucking Captain America going in there and fucking pulling tree stumps apart, dude, trying to get to the fucking multi-ball modes.
It's pretty awful. I mean, it's great. It's a
fantastic game. It's just, you have to fucking strap yourself in. You have to hydrate, get one of the fucking backpacks with the fucking juice gimmick in it so you can drink. It's a task, dude.
Well, it gives me no pleasure to tell you that both of you are incorrect. The mode was Gollum.
Oh yeah,
Gollum.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which is slightly different. Do you guys remember the gimmick of the Gollum multi-ball? It's a pretty cool one. So it's the point multiplier alternates every 7 seconds. If it's Gollum, then all the points, you get half points from everything, and if it's Smeagol, you get double points from everything.
Oh.
So you sort of have to time as you
being shot.
Yeah,
Just
basically.
So okay.
Yeah, well, no, everything you hit. Is that right? I wrote it down. It changes conditions every 7 seconds. Double you're having the points that you accumulate as you do fit. And it's a non-exclusive multi-ball. You can be in a different mode, not one of the movies.
Right.
You can be a different thing.
Right. Gosh.
Yeah.
Man. So again, Ryan, we are very simpatico.
No, let's burn it to the ground, dude. Burn it all to the ground.
I think there's, at least like 2 that have actually been thrown into volcanoes. So it's,
Wouldn't doubt it.
Go.
Let's move on to question number 8. This is our first question that is not about an actual pinball machine, but rather a pinball video game. One of the most popular, by my opinion. Pokemon Pinball for the Game Boy Color had 5 different bonus stages. But what is the only one where you encounter all 3 forms of a specific evolutionary chain? Any of the 3 forms is acceptable for your answer.
Oh, we got Pokemon Dan in the chat chiming in.
All right, we are seeing faces of disappointment and possible confusion, and Derek's dancing. So let's go to Ryan first. Not feeling great, but what'd you say?
No, absolutely going down in flames on this one. I said Eevee because I have no fucking clue.
Okay.
You fucking blindsided me with this one.
Yeah, this was this is definitely not an easy Pokemon pinball question, but I don't know. I could have done so many others, but I thought this one was fun. Let's see if Derek, what did you put?
Okay, so I'm pretty confident because I did play this a ton. Actually, I was very lucky that my parents went to Japan and they brought me back a Japanese copy, which I still have to this day. And of course, I take good care of it. I leave the AAA battery out so it doesn't degrade on the terminals. But I'm pretty confident that one of the main triplets that you battle are Diglett, and then is it Doduo and Dugtrio?
So Diglett doesn't evolve into Doduo.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Diglett's, yeah.
Isn't Doduo like
and
an
that is
ostrich type of thing?
Yeah, you're right.
Right, yeah. Diglett is Diglett Dodrio is and Dugtrio is one of the bonus stages. Then there's Meowth, where you just encounter Meowth, no prison. Then there's the Seal and Dugong level, and then the final one is the Mewtwo one. But in between there, you have Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. You're in a graveyard, and you have to hit gravestones to make the ghost pop out, and you actually do have to hit Ghastly's flying across the screen, Haunter's flying across the screen, and then a giant Gengar at the end. So,
son of a snake. I never got
the
to
fans.
Did anyone get this right in the?
Dan says he got it right, but
Dan says he got it right. But I'm scrolling through the chat, and I don't see him saying that he said it anywhere. So I don't know how we could prove this. I got it right in my mind. Great.
Gosh, I totally forgot.
So yeah, no points on that.
There's no step between Diglett and Dugtrio. Wow.
Yeah, it goes from 1 to 3, that's just bad. 'Cause I guess Diglett finds 2 others. I don't know.
You can never leave 2 Digletts together.
Right. They need a third, so 2 can split off and talk shit about the third one. Let's move on to question number 9. Bally produced 2 video game pinball hybrid machines. The first was Baby Pacman in 1982. What was the second, produced in 1984?
I should have put it on the screen. You were gone. They both answered. It was great. Anyway.
Wait, what happened? I was away getting my laptop charger. What happened?
That you were away, and they both we were just all sitting here in silence for a second.
That was awesome.
All right. Anyway, let's go to Ryan first. That one.
Granny and the Gators.
Okay. And Derek pointing at the screen.
Like literally, we are like same. Although I didn't realize that there's another one that could be, which is Caveman, but I'm pretty sure it's not a Bally machine.
No, it's always the baby Pacman pin and Granny and the Gators are the pair.
That is correct. It is Granny and the Gators. I recall specifically, I love Pac-Man and I love pinball. I don't like switching between. It stresses me out.
Yeah, not right. So P2K I thought integrated pretty nicely the concept of a video game within like trying to merge those worlds. These ones, it's just it's stressful. I need that type of stress in my life. Alternating and getting a pain in my neck, looking up and down.
That too.
It was just like at least in Pac-Man, like when you're in Pac-Man mode, it's very natural. Like you know how to play Pac-Man. Granny and the Gators, you actually had to, so you can kind of see it. You're going down the river and you have to like paddle alternately using the buttons, and it was just like for some reason I just struggled to coordinate myself for that game. So it was very odd.
What will make children play pinball more? God, we did baby Pacman. That went okay. God, we need a license that screams children. God, man. I mean, I guess there's Bayou Billy on NES. Fucking Granny and the Gators. Do it. Someone write it up. Kids will go fucking nuts for it. Said some executive somewhere.
Was it like, I mean, was the video game aspect, did that, like, because Pac-Man, everyone knows Pac-Man, but was the game, was it an original game, or was it like?
Yeah. It was just like this, you're going down the river. And I guess like the closest analog might be when you're going down the river in like Oregon Trail. Like, you know, and you're kind of hitting things as you're going along. But even now,
avoidance.
it's easier.
All right, so this game is on the same level as Dysentery. Got it. Let's move on. Question number 10. We had to do at least one question about the cross-pollination between pinball and professional wrestling. In 1994, Data East produced a machine based off the World Wrestling Federation. The machine is named after which WWF annual event?
Story about this machine.
All right. Since Ryan has said he has a story about the machine, let's go to Derek first.
So I'm excited to hear it. So I'm pretty confident this is WWF Royal Rumble.
Okay, every January. Throw him over the top rope. Let's go to Ryan. What did you put?
Yeah, Royal Rumble. So I had Royal Rumble for a while. I fucking love that game. It's a wide body. Getting to Royal Rumble mode is super great. The one that I got, so this is personal story one. The one that I got was won in a tournament in 1993 when it came before. I forgot which one. And I got it from the original owner. So I had a super pristine Royal Rumble with the white belt topper, which you can't even find. They disintegrate into dust. The plastic is so cheap. But I actually had the white belt topper on it. And the other thing was, so when this game was being developed, was right before the exodus of Flair and a lot of those guys when they went back to WCW. So the original translate on this game had Ric Flair front and center had British Bulldog. It had a whole bunch of other people on it. And I had a prototype translate on mine that was the original. So because they had to switch to this one last minute because they lost, the character rights to Flair and all that. They flew the coop to WCW. So when it was released, they had to change a bunch of the graphics on it.
Oh, that's wild.
That's amazing.
It's a fantastic game. Macho Man does call outs on it. McMahon does call outs on it. It is the greatest achievement to hear Macho Man, thinking of Macho Man in a sound booth in fucking 1992, screaming multi-ball into some mic like a schleb, and then going outside and fucking hitting a baseball or something. I don't know what he did in his spare time. Doing voiceover work for Royal Rumble would be a pretty high spot on that.
Yeah, you guys both got it right. It is Royal Rumble. Weirdly, I find it a little interesting that they didn't call it WrestleMania. That machine didn't come out until 2015.
Yeah, and I had a WrestleMania also. Another Hood Slam connection. I sold both my Royal Rumble and my WrestleMania are with Johnny Butabi. So I sold both of those to him. WrestleMania is not a great game. I have fun with it. I had fun with it. There's some neat gimmicks on there, but true to life, John, because with WrestleMania, you get to choose which wrestler you are.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the game, and that changes the rules on some things. So, cool. I had an LE. So LE, I had Undertaker and Hogan added to the roster because it was also, I think it was Kane, Cena. Christ, now I'm going to botch the rest of them. But
Triple H was one, right?
Triple H, yeah, thank you. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, I think was also on the LE. But true to form, John Cena's multipliers for ring pins makes it fucking impossible to beat if someone is Cena. I mean that game is very exploitable. Again, not a great game. The code, the game rules on that game are absolute dumpster fire level trash. The designer is also now a very deeply disgraced. So every game of his now has a fucking stink on it a mile wide, and that just happened to be the swan song for him.
Wait, is that Trudeau?
Correct. That's Trudeau.
I didn't realize
So
that.
Trudeau also did Tag Team, which was the other wrestling theme pin earlier. Yeah.
Oh, wait, was that WWF or E or
No, so that was just a general pro wrestling theme pin that predates kind of the modern, more modern pins.
But super fun. I played that one often in tournaments. Really great.
Yeah, that works. But WrestleMania was kind of a swing and a miss. They had a couple good gimmicks, but the code is just shit.
Well, you both got the point for knowing about the good machine. And we did a wrestling question, so now we're going to go to something that's a bit more Derek's wheelhouse. This is a Sonic question.
Okay.
What is the name of the first level in Sonic Spinball?
Oh,
There's 4 levels in Sonic Spinball.
Normally I show the slide during this time, but I'm going to show Derek because he looks like he's going to die. I hate to do it, Derek, for 10 seconds.
God, yeah, no, I'll put it in.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. Derek, the amount of stress and confusion, I got to go to you first.
I know. I should be playing this game more often. That's my problem. So, I just had to throw up a Hail Mary. So the answer I put down was Chemical Plant Zone, because that's the second level of Sonic 2 out in theaters today. And the thing that's frustrating about it is that I played that game a ton as a kid, and it's, oh God, I'm just like, no, like I was thinking, did they just recycle something at that early stage? Because then the other levels have, I'm pretty confident they have unique names that I also don't know. Gosh darn it, I'm so mad right now.
Well, let's see if Ryan knew this one. What'd you put?
I must obey the jaw rules. So my knee-jerk answer, because nothing was popping into, I was trying to visualize it. I played this game a ton, so I put Green Hill Zone because I'm an unoriginal asshole. But fucking as soon as everyone was done, it clicked into my head. Toxic Caves.
Winner. Oh,
it is Toxic Caves.
God
yeah, that is the answer.
Curse you, jaw rule.
That is the answer. It is Toxic Caves. I remember playing this game and thinking, why is this gross spot? Like, it really should be Green Hill Zone. You got to start with like a nice, pleasant meadow, and there's a bunny, and there's a crab robot, and it's just a nice chip. But this was so gross, and because I sucked at it, I never advanced past this. So I don't even know what's next.
This game, it is so funny. So like one, and this came up in our last session, right? It's the only one that acknowledges the Sonic Saturday morning cartoon universe with the characters that are in the mini game. It's also they could not, even though it is a Sega game, it was actually not developed by Sonic Team. So they actually did not end up getting the rights to be able to use the Sonic theme, which is why the theme music to Sonic Spinball is actually different. And there is a version you can find where you can see like they originally arranged it, and it sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog, dun, 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 and they just couldn't get the rights, even though it was still within Sega. So fantastic, weird history, and it's pinball.
That's so weird. Also, I heard that this game only exists because Sonic 3 wasn't ready and they wanted to put out something for Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, it's also just like so. I mean, Sonic is typically such a smooth game, right? And this is like I mean, I don't think it barely makes 30 frames per second. Like, it's just ugly.
People who made this had no idea how physics work in any way, shape, or form.
Derek,
This is-
Also,
for Sonic, you know, like the level with the where you get the fire orb around you. That's Sonic 2, right?
No, those the power-ups that way did not come in until 3.
Okay, because the second level on Sonic Spinball has the same background as that level in Sonic 3. So apparently they've reused it. Because I was curious what the next level was. Lava Powerhouse is the second level.
So good.
also, this game always irritated me because Sonic could just stop being a ball anytime he wants. Why doesn't he just stand there? Does he have to keep staying in a sphere?
Stand up, asshole. Stop making me work for it.
Yeah.
You know where to fucking go. You can see where you're going, dude. Just fucking go.
Also, who is he relying on to actually hit the flipper? Like, is he controlling it? Like, am I him with a remote control? Like, there's a lot of unanswered questions.
I always
make
liked it
sense.
that it was Tails. Tails fucking with it.
Oh, yeah.
Tails' revenge.
I'm tired of following you around. You follow me around now.
Hit this motherfucker with a flipper.
Great. Let's do question number 12. I feel very confident you guys will know this one, though I don't think anyone in the chat will. In 1986, Williams Electronics released a pinball machine called High Speed. It was popular enough to get a sequel machine in 1992. What is the full title of the sequel machine? Right. Let's go to Ryan first.
The Getaway, High Speed 2.
And Derek, fist pumping enthusiasm leads me to
Getaway,
believe that he
colon,
also.
High Speed 2.
Yeah. Gotta remember the colon.
That is correct. Do either one of you know the story behind the creation of High Speed?
So,
Steve Ritchie
yeah.
getting a
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah. That's it, really. That's the whole story.
But that game is extremely important to modern pinball. I mean, that's kind of the game that led to the concept really taking root of you can have tell a story with a pinball machine. That was kind of the first one to really, where the rules weren't just like, oh, you have to hit these targets in order to get higher points. Like, this is a game where you have to turn the lights right from red to green so you can run the light. And if you run the lights, it was so well done that, I mean, that game deserves all the credit in the world for kind of the modern gimmick of storytelling, if whatever storytelling there is on pinball machines.
Hell yeah.
So
Here.
without High Speed, we would not have gotten to 3 hours of Lord of the Rings.
Would have taken longer. But actually, you know what? I take it back. Fuck High Speed. You're right. Like, if High Speed didn't exist, maybe Lord of the Rings. I mean, again, it's a fun game, guys. Don't crucify me. It's a masterful. Gomez really did a good job. But my fucking God, I don't want to neglect my family in order to get to a wizard mode. By the time I'm done getting a wizard mode on that game, my kids are fucking gone. Like, they're in college. In an empty house.
All right, so when they roll out the extended edition, we'll
There you go.
I assume you won't be picking one up.
Good God.
Also, I like that you're getting these pictures. This is like some owner who always puts the pinball machine in the most inconvenient spots, blocking the stairwell. It's like a fire
On eBay. This is a dude that jacks up the prices on eBay.
Yes.
You know that? You know exactly who I'm pulling this from?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I know that the exact showroom that you're showing these from.
That's wild. I think it's just this one and interestingly, Lord of the Rings. We're going time, but yeah.
Hey,
I
give it
needed
to
a
the
good
guy. He
picture.
does good pictures. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Everything else about him sucks, but we've done questions about pinball machines. We've done questions about pinball video games, and now for something completely different. Question number 13: who plays the Pinball Wizard in the 1975 film Tommy, based off the Who's rock opera of the same name?
Oh.
From the back of my brain. Hold that shit out.
All right. So you're feeling good about it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let's go to you first then. What do you think? Who did it?
Roger Daltrey.
Roger Daltrey from The Who. Oh no,
Yes.
Roger Daltrey. Okay. Let's go to Derek. What did you put, Derek?
So I read the question wrong, and I did not see the, and so I assumed it was who plays Pinball Wizard, which I was like, oh, as like, you know, the performer, which of course is Elton John in the famous scene of the battle on the stage. But when I saw the, I was like, no. So good job, Ryan.
No, Derek, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. That's. I mean, unless my source is wrong. Like.
Well, I guess you're maybe so. I guess maybe in the world of Tommy, technically the Pinball
Wizard
is Captain Fantastic.
Look, I'm in love with you guys. I ain't fucking seen it. I looked at the Wikipedia page.
Man.
I was like, all right.
Listen, far be it for me to argue with Ja rules. It's a weirdly worded question, but I'll take the hit on the chin.
I thought he played. Was Tommy the Pinball Wizard? Is that? I know the song is about.
The song
him.
is about him as a pinball wizard. They fucking call him a pinball wizard.
Yeah, he's a pinball wizard. He's always. Oh
Elton
no, wait.
John's not up there fucking tapping the fucking piano, going, "I'm a pinball." Right? That's right.
Wait.
They're talking about Tommy.
But okay,
he's got such supple wrists, Jacob. Such supple wrists.
He plays by sense of smell. But
yeah,
in the chorus, doesn't he say he's the pinball wizard? Oh no, wait. He's the pinball wizard.
He's the pinball wizard.
He's the champ. Because if he's always been, then it could be Elton John is referencing. Anyway, this is fun.
Goodness, we're getting into Inception territory here. When is DiCaprio gonna pull the fucking water, dude?
Yeah. Anyway, so that based off what I saw, Elton John was the Pinball Wizard, and maybe does Tommy like defeat him and become the new Pinball Wizard? Is this a Sorcerer Supreme situation?
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's the movie's very interesting.
it's not terrifically linear, but I do want to know how the hell this machine works. How do you play pinball with a keyboard?
No, if you watch the scene, literally all the balls just instantly trade. Yeah. He does not flip even once.
He's a shit player. No wonder he lost. How fucking high that machine is, dude. You're not fooling anyone, Elton.
Well, also the other thing is this movie actually, it is kind of painful for pinball enthusiasts because one of the climaxes, and I don't think I'm spoiling anything because this movie's 50 years old, but they like straight up just destroy hella pinball machines. and like a lot of classics.
Well, now I'm not going to watch it out of protest. We got two more questions. This one's double points. Two answers to this question. Each question is worth 1 point. So let's see. This could be determining the game, except for the next question following it. Question number 14. The pinball game for Windows machines entitled Space Cadet was originally part of Full Tilt Pinball, which featured 3 different pinball games. For 1 point each, what were the names of the other 2 tables? All right, Derek, sweating a big one for this one. Let's go to you first.
Oh man, this is. I wish I mean, this would have been such a what a swan song if I could get this. No, I had no idea. Just to put answers in, I've said one of them was called Pinball Wizard because they are clever, and then one of them I just said was called Wild West.
All right, so magic theme and a cowboy theme. Okay, that pairs nicely with a space theme. Ryan, how would you put?
So I had the abandonware game of this, and I had to really concentrate because I remember there was a medieval themed one and there was a pirate themed one. So I think the medieval theme was called Dragon's Keep, and I think the pirate one was Skullduggery, but maybe it wasn't because I've been playing too much of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Oh yes,
fucking incredible!
Yeah,
what a pull! Amazing.
Yeah. Space Cadet, the theme, it had one song on it, right? It had one theme song. That song, look it up on YouTube, fucking slaps. The fucking theme song for Space Cadet fucking fucks, dude. Listen to it. It's great.
Okay.
Honestly,
I don't think I ever played music. I think I only played that on like my mom's work computer when she was at lunch or some shit. Like that was
By
just
default when it came with Microsoft
95
NT or
Oh, yeah.
it was like something like that. The default was that it didn't have the song on it, so you had to like go into settings and turn it on because God forbid you play a shitty MIDI over a pinball game with really awful physics because then your Mac or your IBM blows up. But
I'm playing it for chat, by the way, right now, because I feel like they're going to come after us for the fucking Space Cadet.
dude,
No, they're very.
put it on
God.
rotation, dude.
It's gonna turn out that fucking Rick Rubin knows the rights or something, and he'd be like, "You fucking."
Kanye is actually about to sample it, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be our Metallica Napster. This is that. All right. So with that, Ryan, I believe you've leapt into the lead. So hopefully, which is good because that means that the Elton John Pinball Wizard bullshit might not matter. If that was the deciding point, then I'd feel really shitty.
So God help you, Jacob. So God help you.
So hopefully, for my
I'm
own
a-
sake.
I'm a big pedant, so don't make me be.
When you said Dragon's Keep, I had a brief moment of crisis because I didn't have the answers right in front of me, and I was like, "Oh man, it's Dragon's Den." And then I was like, "Oh no, he's wrong. Dragon's Den is what they call Shark Tank in the UK."
Den isn't
this is the final question.
evocative enough.
Right. Yeah, it's a keep. This is the final question. It's with a 3-point multiplier on this one. 3 possible points available in this. So,
Yeah.
for 1 point each, what are the full titles of the 3 pinball machines starring the horror hostess Elvira? All right. Let's hear Derek's answers first.
I'm pretty confident about 2. The third is the new one, and I think I've literally flipped it once, and I did not really enjoy flipping it. So it has no space in my brain. But the other one, one of them I played recently, and the other one I've played at Pinburg. Although maybe I forgot that one too. So I think the first one was Elvira's House of Horrors. Second one was Scared Stiff, and for the third one I didn't remember, so I said Elvira's Movie Magic, or Movie Madness rather.
All right. And let's go to Ryan for Ryan's answers.
So Elvira's House of Horrors is the new one. It's the Stern one. And then there's Scared Stiff, which was the second one, and the first one is Elvira and the Party Monsters.
Party Monsters,
which is
why didn't I remember
super
that?
fun.
Let's go through in chronological order. Machine 1, 1989, Elvira and the Party Monsters. Machine 2, Scared Stiff in 1996 with the cool spinning spider gimmick.
First
I
interactive
originally just wanted to write a
backbox.
question about that. Really? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And the most recent one, Elvira House of Horrors, released in 2019.
I wanted to get one. I almost bought one, and then I veered off course because, yeah.
So
It's fun to flip. It has good flow, but yeah.
Since you said you're a pedant, you did send me the wrong answer for Scared Stiff.
Elvira and the Party Monsters. Elvira Scared Stupid. And
Scared Stupid, not Scared Stiff.
no. Oh my God. I did put stupid. You're right. No, that's disqualified. I meant Scared Stiff. Motherfucker. Correct.
You've been watching a lot of Ernest movies lately?
Yes, no, dude. Fucking Bulgarian Miak fucked me up, dude. I didn't have any Miak on me. God damn it, Ryan. I'm a fucking idiot. Scared Stupid. Who fucking does that? It was in my grasp. Oh, but I get to bitch about Elton John now. Yes, Elton John is the fucking linchpin.
No, you're still 1 point up. with the double skullduggery Dragon's Keep combo, that was enough to put you over the edge. Right? Oh no, wait, what?
No, I think he got it right.
I thought it was a tie.
It didn't update yet. It's a tie.
Oh,
Actually,
Oh, okay. No, that can't be right.
I was going to say
Derek got all three.
No, I
Derek
didn't.
only got one.
Two.
Oh, he got two.
I got
Okay,
two. He only got two,
then
excuse me.
then
Yeah.
it is Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, well done, dude.
All right, but Ryan, you have a score of 10. Let's see if you get the match. 80.
No, go back.
Sorry. No.
Impossible to get 80. Rigged. Well,
And
least it ended in
that is a
zero.
game over. You tried.
so,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so the video game pin that would have been good in my opinion, that almost was Legend of Zelda. So there's a pin called
sure.
Gladiators that started off as a Zelda theme, and you can see it on the playfield. The playfield has a pyramid in the center, which was a Triforce, and it was going to be where the modes were for the different dungeons. And if you look at the playfield for Gladiators, it looks, fantasy theme. They just switched the assets around because they lost the licensing. But I really like Gladiators, so that was really neat.
What about?
And
Spinball,
there is
though?
somebody homebrewing it as a retheme of with Zelda.
Or what they're actually doing a retheme of it, a homebrew.
Yeah, it's coming
Good.
along and it looks tight.
And then I was hoping you would mention Tattoo Assassins, because that is pinball adjacent. So
I
Tattoo
don't know.
Assassins
what is
is a video game, is an arcade game that was developed by Data East Pinball's division. They got forced to make a fucking video game. Data East Pinball, John Borg and all them motherfuckers got forced to make a video game. Really awful. It's a fighter. It was during Mortal Kombat hysteria. It's a fighting game with with real motion capture, right? The digitized people about tattoos that come to life and they use it as powers. The most bizarre thing about the fucking game is that it was written and produced by Bob Gale of Back to the Future fame.
Whoa.
So, it has fucking credits. And go out and play it. So they made, I think, 9 or 11 prototype machines. The Data East Pinball division got nuked and got sold, I think, to Sega. Maybe that was later on, soon afterwards. So it never went into full release. But some prototype games exist, but the ROM of it is available, so you can play it. And it is insane. There's they tried to market it. They were going to market it. The game had over 2,000 fatalities, which technically it does. But every character has 4 like unique fatalities to themselves, and then there's like 250 communal fatalities that involve DeLorean dropping on people, turning someone into a fucking hot dog. There's a fatality called turkey farts. That's not a joke. Please don't laugh. Everybody has an anti-air, which is farting, and it's a really good anti-air move. The game is fucking wild. They have a character called Billy Two Moons. If you're into really weird, dumb names, there's a guy called AC Current, which is on the level of ATM machine. Stupid names is right there. Calling someone AC Current. But yeah, it's wild. So it was developed by Data East Pinball because they had no projects going on, so they diverted a whole pinball division to make a video game that they had no idea what they were doing.
Crazy. I was hoping
that's incredible
that you were going to mention the game that I picked up like 2 weekends ago, which is the original NES game Pinball Quest, which is the first
Pinball Quest.
Yeah, the first RPG pinball game ever made.
Whoa.
Yeah. I also have a copy.
Yeah.
Theoretically, I could do another pinball, but it'd be much more specific, which I feel like you guys would love. So maybe sit down the line, and, season 2. We'll see how that goes.
Also, yeah, I know this is
but anyway,
for nerds, but this was the nerdiest fucking episode.
I really liked the opposite swing from last episode where Tirari and Dan didn't know a goddamn thing about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, despite specifically requesting that theme. So this has been great. This has been tremendously informative. I hope that a bunch of pinball nerds tuned in and were like, "This is exactly the show I've wanted to watch." Let's go to our winner, Ryan. Do you have anything to plug or social media or anything you'd like to let people know about?
Nothing to plug, really. I mean, every now and then you might catch me at Hood Slam in Oakland. Wrestling on the shows is Pong, Pissed Off Nerdy Gamer. You can follow me if you'd like to on Twitter. I believe I'm at Pong FTF on Twitter. I'm hardly ever on Twitter, but if you mention me, I might be summoned to reply. I don't know. You can give it a try. Yeah, but other than that, I'm cool.
Sweet. And Derek, how about you?
Well, first of all, congratulations, Ryan. That was fantastic. What a reversal at the end and surprise finish. It was great. I loved it to the end. So congrats, and thanks also to Jacob and to Ben for putting on a great show. So congrats to you. So you can follow me at Derek Lipton. You can also find me if you want to game with me. I'm at Fresh Poetic on most gaming platforms. If you want to catch me slinging puns, I will be on the UK Pun Off channel this Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 7 p.m. UK, and I will be. It's called Outpunched. There's several other Bay Area like Sacramento comics on it who are going to be just battling puns for 5 rounds. So come check it out. I think the the website is they didn't put a URL. But it's UK Pun Off. Live stream would be a Twitter, YouTube. Go check out at Steve Juggler on Twitter for more details. So thanks.
Nice. And someone just threw it in the chat, but Hood Slam card game is still available for purchase via Drive-Thru Cards. It's the current edition with updated images, new characters. I strongly recommend checking it out. Thank you so much. Thanks again to producer Ben Spoon in the producer's role for producing the show. Congratulations to Ryan. Thanks again for playing Derek. And this has been One Up. We'll be back in about a month. I'll be out of the country for a while, but we'll be back with new episodes in May. Thanks so much for playing, and we'll see you next time.